Via, via, vieni via di qui. Niente più ti lega a questi luoghi, neanche questi fiori azzurri.
Testing, action. Welcome to the video. I'm so glad that you guys have tuned in. And no, the caption is not clickbait. I am that damsel that moves to a different country for love. I know, crazy, right? This is actually my living room, my Italian living room. Yes, I moved to Italy, and what day is today? March? We're in March already? About 1 year ago. Already it's been 1 year, and I can't believe it. It's been 1 year since I moved to Italy, and it's been 1 year since I quit my job. It's been 1 year since I left my career and left all my friends and family and my home to live in Italy with my now boyfriend. It's crazy, and if anybody of you have ever left and even moved to a different state for love, you're my people. I've always been one to think, no, like stand your ground, don't move just for love. That's stupid. Like, what if it doesn't work out? You left everything for nothing. But you can't judge, or you can't really know until you're in it. Because once I was in it, I was like, shit, this is happening to me. And especially with long distance relationships, you either make it or you break it. That's stupid. But really, we were together for about 1 year doing distance. He lives in Rome, well, lived, now we both live in Rome, but he lived in Rome and I lived in Boston, Massachusetts. We did the back and forth every few months. Yes, it got expensive, but that was the only way. I couldn't go on not knowing the next time I'm gonna see him. So anyways, a background is we met 2015 in March 2015 through work. We were both out of town. We both worked for the same company, and we met in Barcelona for work. And it just started out being friends. And when I left to go back to Boston, he left to go back to Rome. And we just talked every day on WhatsApp. We called each other, and it was a friendship. He would beg to differ that I fell madly in love with him when we first met, and I just was delusional at the time. I still to this day think we were friends, but who knows, maybe he fell madly in love with me. Kidding. But we just talked every single day, and it kind of got into more of a friendship. And I decided a few months after, hell, I'm gonna visit you in Rome. So I went to Rome a few months later in the summer, and I only had a few days with him because it was like a stopover going onto a girls' trip with some of my friends in Croatia. And oh, you guys, that's when I lost it. That's when I said, shit, I'm in trouble. This guy is amazing, and I just had this weird, indescribable feeling that like, he's the one. As lame and cheesy as that is, you can't say anything until it actually happens to you. So anyways, then he came to visit me in Boston, and then I went back and met his family, and yada yada yada. And then we decided that it would be easier for me to move to Rome because Italy's pretty laid back when it comes to immigration. I didn't tell you. And it's really hard for, I mean, he's in his mid-30s, so it's hard for a guy to come and leave everything and come to the US because his job probably was gonna be like, I don't know, a waiter. Okay, I have nothing against waiters. I worked in the restaurant industry for like 5 years of my life, but he's a professional, and so going from having a career to then going to work in the restaurant industry is not ideal. I love people who work in restaurants. Don't get your panties in a twist, people. And it's just a lot different. The opportunity for me to get work would be easier, or so we thought. But anyways, my grandfather's Italian, so the light at the end of the tunnel was that I would eventually get citizenship. That's another video. But yeah, I decided I'm gonna move. It's now or never, and I can't like be in a long distance relationship for years to then be together and realize it's not gonna work out. It's like a waste of time. So, and I've always wanted to live in Italy since I was little. It's been a big dream of mine. And so I said, why not? The biggest hurdle for me was telling my parents, because my mom's very like, well, what's your career? You need plan B, you need structure, you need a plan. But when I told her, she was like, go for it. And I'm like, what? Did somebody slip something in that glass of wine you're drinking, Mom? And my dad was very supportive. He had never met my now boyfriend, so he was a little weary, but my mom had, and she loves him, so thank God. They were super, super positive and said, go for it. If it doesn't work out, you can always come back. And it's so true. I mean, life is so short, and yes, quitting your entire life, leaving everything, stable salary, your friends, what is really your comfort zone for a man, for love, might seem silly, but it just was what I had to do. And yeah, so I moved here with nothing. I mean, thank God I had Emilio. But it was hard, I'm not going to lie. I mean, I still to this day miss my friends and family, but it's amazing. It's one of those experiences that I do not regret, and I don't know when I'll ever be back in the US, if I will ever move back. Life here is so different, but I really like it. It's laid back. I think the only frustrating thing has been the work. I was so used to having a focused career and like a 9-to-5 type of job and a stable salary. And here, it just doesn't work that way. No, it took me about a year to legally be able to work here. And even now, it's still difficult. So I guess the point of this video, get to it, is that life is too short. And yes, I quit everything. I left everything. I took the biggest risk of my entire life. But it was so worth it. I'm so happy. I love living in Rome. It's not as glamorous as it sounds. I mean, people come to Italy for vacation and they say, oh my God, you're so lucky you live in Italy. Yes, Italy, I think, is one of the most beautiful countries in the world. But living here is, as an American, is so different. You have the bureaucracy, the language factor. There's just so many factors that are hard for an American who's used to structure. It's been a roller coaster and I'm still on it. Not every day is the same, and it can get lonely. I mean, moving here with not knowing anybody has been hard. Emilio's friends are already married and have kids. So it's been hard for me, but every day looking at my boyfriend and having that love for him, and that makes it worth it. So I just wanted to share some of my experience with you. If any of you guys have moved to a different state, to a different city, or like me, to a different country for a guy or a girl or a significant other, I would love to hear your story. If you have any suggestions or recommendations of what you'd like as videos from an American girl living in Italy, the good, the bad, and the ugly, let me know, comment down below, and I'd be happy to do that for you guys. And yeah, until next time, ciao!